Hey, what's up, everybody? So I want to make a quick video here, literally a quick one tonight because I am exhausted. About the Grimburg Gavle. So all of you out there who have the Grimburg Gavle, you're free to do whatever you'd like. First off, I have nothing bad to say about the Gavle. I just want to put that out there, as some of you only watch a few seconds and flip it. Why I will not no more use Lancer Tactical CO2s, because I've been having, ironically, after a box that worked fine. Actually, to be honest with you, I got one left, so I use 5 of the CO2s. It's a 6-count box. So is this one here. I noticed that this gun, or I'm sorry, it's not a gun, YouTube, it's a launcher, started kind of acting a little funny, kind of like sputtering again, throwing out a double shot. Although I fixed that issue, and it's a simple fix, which I'm going to get into, but using these CO2s, for me anyways, it's not worth it. And the reason being is, when I removed it, the threads on the CO2, not the threads on the CO2, but when I unscrewed it to remove it from the launcher, the part where the threads, where you screw the CO2 in, where the threaded part is for the air to puncture the CO2, I noticed a little bit of threads were peeling off. Now, luckily, and that was from using these, because I was able to extract it and take it out with tweezers, and it was the same color as these threads. Now, no, I did not cross thread, because every time I screw a fresh CO2 in that's not punctured, so it's ready, I always counterclockwise it so it seats in, as you always should do, even with screws and nuts and all that on any machinery. And then I slowly screw it in clockwise so it seats in there. But when I noticed those threads were coming undone, I thought to myself, something's not right here. And by the way, these are like $6.99 or were. I don't know how much they are now on Amazon. But I took it out, and I took out this first bolt here that goes to the bolt, and it was all gunked up in there. And ironically, I had just cleaned it. I just cleaned it, and I was going to run a CO2 through it just to get all the grease and silicone oil from the CO2. I put a drop on there to move around the bolt so it's ready to go if I need it, right? And it was all nasty and dirty in here. So I cleaned that out again, and then I used the Grimburg CO2. I'm not saying you guys got to use these. This is what I'm going to do from now on. I put a fresh Grimburg CO2, 16 gram. Both of them are 16 grams. After I cleaned that out, I put the Grimburg, I put a drop of oil, and then I had a little air leak, which wasn't bad. I was still getting 41 joules the first shot, and the second shot, I think 39, and it dropped from there. It ran fine. So I waited a few hours. I unscrewed back here just to see if it was dirty or not. It was pretty clean, as compared to the Lancer Tactical CO2s. So then once it warmed up and cooled down, I guess you could say, got room temperature, all the internals, I decided to go one more 16 gram Grimburg CO2, screw it in, punctured it, no leak, ran fine. Opened it up a second time, clean behind it when I took this first cap off. So I don't know if you guys are having problems out there. A lot of you say you guys use these Lancer Tacticals and you don't never have an issue. I don't know. I was. I'm not going to say I am, because I'm not using these anymore. I was. In fairness, like I said, 5 of these CO2s I never had an issue with. Maybe it was just a bad CO2 that I got. I don't know. But I'm not willing to chance it on like $1,000 launcher with everything I invested in this, over a cheaper brand CO2 when this is not going to be like a launcher that I'm firing all the time, making videos wild about like I can do at the burner. Because those CO2s, I can get a lot of them quickly. Unlike the Grimburg CO2s, I don't know where they get these, but if Grimburg recommends using these, that's probably the reason why. Now, I did, in my past video, I'll be honest, I did say that someone I spoke to on the phone checked, and they said that these should be fine. And like I said, in fairness, 5 out of 6 of them, I did not have an issue with. So maybe it was just a bad thread, a bad CO2, I don't know. But I'm not willing to take that chance when I already got like 30 of these CO2s. And like I said, I'm not going to be using this just for having fun, practicing. I've shot it enough. I'm familiar with it. I will be making videos on it, so don't you guys worry. But like I said, it's not going to be like the burner or the S2 where I'm just going through CO2s, having fun with it and this and that. You know, it's one of these launchers that it's meant for business as far as self-defense and not really to be shooting all the time. You can shoot it all the time, but you're going to want to make sure you always have CO2s. That's what I mean by that. It can well handle taking a CO2 out, putting another one in, firing 5 shots, taking the CO2 out, putting another 5 shots, shooting, bomb, 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 boom, 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 like that. It can handle that. Your joules will probably be up and down, but it can handle it. But as far as CO2-wise, this isn't going to be one where I'm always just shooting it. This is one, if I pull out, it's going to be like when I thought there was a bear and it was a 7-foot tall dude. Had to have been 7 foot because my fence is 6 feet. I'm 6 feet, and his head was well over it. So, I mean, it knocked him down the second shot. The first shot knocked him down. The second shot, as he got up, it made him think, and he got down, and he turned around. You know, stuff like that. If I knew it was a person as opposed to a bear, which I didn't know until I went back there. Point is, though, you guys, for these, my opinion and my choice, I'm not using any of these no more. Lancer Tactical, I do believe, makes good quality stuff, but even if assuming it was only that one time a bad thread, I got to ask myself, what if it happens again? Is it going to be something that I cannot repair and I need to send back to Grimburg? Which I'm pretty sure his company would have no problems at all fixing that for me. But do I want to deal with that hassle? Or since I only have 7 of these left, because a buddy of mine gave me a couple, but whatever it is. Or use these when I got 32 of these left. I have 3 full bags and I got 1 left, and then the one in here already in the launcher. Or do I just want to use these? I'm just going to go with these because I never had an issue using these. And they're even easier to puncture as opposed to the last one that when I had that issue, I had to really struggle to puncture it. And if I'm using home defense, or if I have to use in my car, if I decide to take it with me, is it really worth that hassle to force turning it just to puncture it? As opposed to the Grimburg one's very easy to puncture when you need to. A lot faster, seconds matter. So as far as these go, Lancer Tactical, I do believe makes good quality stuff. But for an investment like this, I got to say this is cheaper CO2 is not worth it. I'm not saying these are $25 for 10. I'm not saying these aren't cheap. All I'm saying is if Grimburg decided to go at whatever company he got these from and they work, there's got to be a reason behind it. Luckily, everything is fine. Nothing was really damaged. It works fine. I'm still getting between 39 and 42 joules the first, second shot, depending on how warm they are. The CO2 is at room temperature. But as far as cheaper CO2s go, you guys know I say it like it is. And like I said, there's been a lot of people who use these and they never had an issue. Maybe it was just a bad thread. I don't know. But I personally am not going to take that chance. And I'd rather just spend the money. Like I said, it's not going to be one I pull out and have fun with and shoot all the time. And just buy these CO2s. So let me know what you guys think. Like, share, subscribe. And real quick, I want to add, if you guys are still watching, I know one of you probably are, and thank you for that, is that Mercury Rise, whatever the name of that thing is, something, I can't remember. The new one that in my opinion, looks like the Gavle, where people claim 50 joules. I just want to make clear, I'm not saying that they're lying about the 50 joules, okay? I will never say that, because if I don't know you guys, and a lot of you guys that told me that, I've been talking to for quite a while, I'm not saying you guys are liars. I just understand that when you go on Mercury Rise, on their actual website, and you see them test the Mercury Rise out, I forget what the top, it's in my community section. You guys can check it out yourself. I posted on it. So you guys would hopefully understand more where I'm coming from, that I wasn't trying to argue with you. I was going by what they posted, literally the video they made on YouTube that they have on their website. I believe they topped off at 38 or 39 joules. I can't exactly remember, but it dropped down. I forget what the lowest joule is, maybe 31 or 32 maybe. And then I seen one channel, which I do not like the guy's channel. It's a long story. I'm not going to get into it. And I'm not trying to disrespect the guy, but bygones be bygones. I still don't like the dude's channel. I don't care for dude. I'm not even going to throw his name out there, but he made a video and he got 49 point something joules, pretty much 50 joules. You round it out. I round mine out sometimes. He did. And another guy, I don't think he posts videos, but I believe him. He mentioned that he got around 50 joules or something like that right out the box. But understand where I'm coming from. When a company posts the Mercury Rise, Intro Buster, that's the name of it, the Mercury Rise Intro Buster. When they post it, their own product, and they're not getting not even over 40 joules with any of the 5 or 6 shots, to get a whole 6 shots, 68 caliber. You know, it makes a person think. It really does. And as opposed to the Grimburg Gavle, as you see here, as opposed to that I do not believe, from what all I seen, it was made in another country. I may be wrong on that. Correct me if I'm wrong. Feel free. I would appreciate that. But I'd rather go with the Grimburg Gavle, especially because they lowered the price. They dropped it $100, and then they raised it like $50. So it's literally the same price as the Gavle now. And, you know, I'd rather go with a company like Grimburg, where I don't have to deal with trying to call some weird number to try to get a hold of somebody. Grimburg, they are hard to get a hold of at times, but they do get back to you pretty fast. And if they're in the office, they do take their time with you on the phone. And I like that it's made in the United States, because I look at it like this. I'm a citizen. I'm paying taxes for the state I live in and whatnot. And why not give the money back to a business based in the United States that makes their own product? That's where I stand. And also, just due to the fact, I know what I'm getting with the Gavle. The O-rings in here, you probably are never, ever going to need to replace. More than likely. I can't say for sure, but they're not rubber. They're hard. Like a rubbery plastic nylon style thing. Can't think of the correct name for them, but they're very, very strong. Which you need for the pressure this thing holds. Now, the Mercury Rise, I'm not so sure their O-rings are even like that. And I want something dependable. And I've never had an issue with this other than that first time, which, in fairness, it was dry from them testing it. Not a big deal. Take it out, re-lube it. Never had a problem until I use these. And also, I know what I'm getting with the Gavle. I mean, if it's cool out, I'm getting 38 joules, roughly 39. If it's warm, like, around 70 degrees plus, I'm getting anywhere from 40 to 42 joules a first, second shot. Almost every time, consistent. So, I mean, it varies a joule or two, but still more than they advertise, 39 joules. So I know where I stand with the Gavle. I will be getting another Gavle eventually, probably early next year. I stand by Grimburg Gavle, Grimburg Company, based in the United States. Very good customer support when you need it. And the Mercury Rise Intro Buster, honestly, you guys, I'm not impressed with it. I'm just not. You guys who watch my channel know that whenever a new launcher comes out, I always wait at least a year to get it. And the reason I do that, I'll tell you now, the reason I do that is for two reasons. One, to see multiple channels testing them out, to see if there's any inconsistencies with what people say. And two, to know if it's going to be reliable or not, or if people have issues with them. So that's why I always wait. And if you notice on my channel, I kind of refer to it as, it's nothing new, but it's new. So that's why I wait. And that's probably the smartest thing to do. But that's up to all of you. I'm not telling you guys you have to do that. You guys are yourself. You can make your own decisions. But I just wanted to throw this video out there. I thought it was important with these. So, I mean, there's a lot of guys that, well, one person, I don't want to throw his name out there intentionally this time, just in case anyone gets the wrong ideas. I don't want them sending him comments, but he's a really honest person, and maybe he mainly just uses these and the O-ring in there, kind of like the burners. The LE adjusted to this, and that's why he don't have an issue with them. And other guys like you use them and you don't have issues. And when you switch to here, you had a little issue with that little O-ring. That's a possibility. I don't know. But anyways, you guys, I thought I'd throw this video out there. It's been a very long day, and just wanted to give you guys a heads up. Maybe that could be an issue for you guys. I don't know, but I found it was for me. And these are really not very clean CO2. Judging by how dirty, after I clean that bolt off, use this once, if I'm able to, and it's all dirty back here. And then I clean it off and go use a Grimburg, and it's pretty darn clean from debris in the air, the CO2. So, like, share, subscribe, hit those thumbs up. More videos to come, shorter videos. My channel has short, long, medium, little bit everything shorts. So, like, share, subscribe, show your support, and who knows? We'll see what happens next. But as always, guys, thanks for supporting my channel, and stay 511.